In this video, we're going to look at how to roll a bike out. A rollout is what we use to measure a bike to ensure it's within the restriction for the particular age group. To conduct a rollout, all we need is a bike, a tape measure and some tape. So we've got a tape measure held down by some gaffer tape at the 0 point, and we're going to just move along the measure now, and you can see the other piece of tape, once we get into focus, at the other end of the measure, 6 meters and 93 centimeters away. This bike is set up for a youth gear restriction with a 36 front chainring and an 11 rear sprocket, and it should roll back to around 6 meters and 89, 6 meters and 90 centimeters. The youth restriction is 6 meters and 93. So before we roll the bike back, what we need to do is set the pedal up, the pedal up at the bottom dead centre over the 0 point of the tape measure. We'll just do this now. So that's about bottom dead centre there. We're just about over the 0 point. We need to make sure that all the slack, you see there's a bit of slack there. Let's just remove the pedal slightly to get it bottom dead again without any slack on the chain. And that bike now is ready to roll back. So we're just about to roll the bike back. Before we do that, we'll set up over the 0 point on the measure. Before we do that, I think it's just easier to lift the front wheel slightly off the floor, as it enables you to roll the bike back in a straighter line. So here we go. So that's half a revolution, 3/4, and we're just coming up to 1 full revolution there at round about 6 meters and 89 centimeters. So we're just going to do another view now with the camera perpendicular, so you can see as the bike comes up to bottom dead centre, which is about there, and again that's 6 meters 89, and this bike is a good pass. One thing to consider is that every time you roll the bike back, you're going to get between a 2 to 5 centimetre variance in the distance, purely because you're unable to roll the bike back in a dead straight line each time. So if your bike is very close to the limit, within 1 to 2 centimetres, 2 to 3 centimetres, it's worth rolling the bike back a good few times to ensure that each time you roll it back, it does fall underneath or exactly on the restrictions. The last thing to consider is that the gear chart that can be downloaded off our webpage should be used as a guide only. The only way that you can be sure your bike will fit within restrictions is to roll it out yourself with a tape measure.